Richard Southern joins us for a check on business. Hi, Richard.
Janella, how you doing? How you feeling?
Not too bad. Good to see you. Not so good news heading into the long weekend. We knew lots of people would be unemployed because of this pandemic, but we're starting to see some of those actual numbers in Canada.
Astounding numbers. Stats Canada came out this morning and said the Canadian economy in the month of March lost 1 million jobs.
Wow.
I mean, if you had told me, Janelle, like 2 months ago, I'd be reporting on that. I would have said you're crazy, but this is the new reality. We knew it was coming. The unemployment rate surging all the way from 5.6% to 7.8%. Part-time jobs down by more than 500,000. Full-time jobs down by 474,000. So everything was down. The province of Ontario losing 400,000 jobs, something the premier called unthinkable. But you know what? Even with this disastrous numbers, the TSX and Wall Street moved higher today. We actually had a great week for stocks. We had the TSX up 230 points today, up 7% on the week. The Dow was up 12% this week, and the S&P 500 had its best week since 1974. So it's the situation, Janella, that investors knew this bad economic news was coming. They're looking past it and kind of focusing on the future about, when the economies may open up again.
Yeah, and we did hear also from the premier today that they've got this task force that they're looking at, basically revitalizing the economy down the road, right?
Yeah, there are these glimmers of hope, and we have the U.S. Central Bank pumping more money into the economy. So investors are glass half full right now, Janella.
Okay. Well, yesterday we talked about Air Canada. On the bright side, Air Canada rehiring some of its laid-off employees. Now another major airline is doing the same thing.
WestJet following in Air Canada's footsteps, and it is hiring back thousands of laid-off workers now that the government has agreed to pay the majority of their wages. WestJet rehiring 6,400 workers using the federal government's wage subsidy program. CEO of the airline says the decision followed what he said were substantial discussions with Ottawa. A lot of people on Twitter, I was tweeting about this, and they were saying, Janella, well, these workers aren't going to go back to work. They're going to be at home. So they were saying, why are we, the taxpayer, going to pay someone to stay home? But it's not that at all. WestJet's going to pay part of the salary. They're going to give them their benefits back. We'd be paying them
either way
unemployment insurance anyway. So it's a net positive, I think, to the Canadian taxpayer here, Janella.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, we mentioned the long weekend is upon us, but of course those traditional Easter dinners are going to be looking very different this year.
Yeah, not going to be as many people, you can't go see your family. And so the prices for Easter staples are suffering from life under lockdown. Janella, wholesale ham prices have fallen to the lowest in 10 years, down to 40 cents a pound. Wholesale lamb prices also down 20% over the past month. Easter is normally one of the biggest sales periods for both ham and lamb. But as you say, with families not getting together, nobody's going to put the big roasts out on the table. Then there are those Easter treats. Easter chocolate sales down 21% over last year, and the main ingredient in chocolate responding in kind, cocoa futures down sharply after hitting a high in February. I bought some Easter chocolate the other day, but it's already gone, unfortunately.
Well, you can get some more. There'll be no shortage of Easter chocolate if sales are down.
Yeah, I know people are still going to buy their chocolate, but I mean those big roasts, they're not going from the grocery store this year.
Yeah, or we still saw lots of big lineups outside the grocery store today because they're going to be closed tomorrow. So maybe people will still make the roast, and that's just dinner for all of next week.
Maybe so. A lot of social distancing making those lines go quite big. Janella, you and I are back just after 6:30. We're looking at an Ontario family doing an incredible recreation of a television show right in their own home. You got to see this just after 6:30.
Can't wait, Richard. We'll see you then.
Thanks.